If someone asks me, what is my mission? Like, what drives me? Or why do I do what I do? And it's a very simple response: to move families forward. I was in a conversation earlier in 2024 with a leader of mine in Australia. We were kicking back and forth just ideas and what was going to help them start recruiting and build a sales organization. And I said in the conversation, ultimately, what we do is we move families forward. And the moment the words came out of my mouth, I knew that was something big. I knew that that was simple yet big. Hello, hello. What's up, everyone? Welcome to podcast number 26. Halfway through a year, like exactly halfway. I can't believe I've been doing this for half a year. Never thought I would be doing a podcast, but here we are. And I hope you guys are getting value from what we share here at the Freedom Factory. And I'm excited about actually not only this episode of this podcast, but the next couple. We're going to be carrying the same theme over the next couple of weeks. I think it's a great time of year to be discussing bigger picture things. Typically at the end of a year is where most people will start reflecting on what the year has brought them. Was it a good year? Was it a bad year? Could you have done some things better? And so over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be talking about some things that I think have significantly helped me identify how to move forward with my business. And I'm excited to share this content with you guys. But I'm sitting here, for those of you getting this on YouTube, it's a Sunday afternoon right now. I typically record these many days earlier. And if you're on YouTube, you're seeing the video. I'm in a baseball cap, and we were helping some friends move this morning. So not in my typical dress code here, but all good. So there is let me back up. The theme of this podcast is start with why. And if you have ever been a part of network marketing before, and the people that enrolled you were serious about your advancement, you had this conversation really early. They probably asked you, what is your why? And so it's part of identifying what's important. It's a part of identifying why you're doing this. It helps the people that brought you into the business, and it will help you. Okay. So yes, I was asked that early on. And over my 15 years in this profession, every time I'm a part of those conversations, the response is normally around family. The response is normally around, well, I want to do this for my kids, or this for my grandparents, or this for my parents, or I want to travel more. I want to retire my husband. I want to retire my wife. Like, all these things are kind of family related. And I'm going to come full circle with the conversation for me personally and my why. But there is a video. So if you don't get anything else from this podcast, because the next couple podcasts, we're going to build around this video. So it's going to be really important that you guys watch this video. The video has 20 million views, 20 million views on YouTube. And the title is How Great Leaders Inspire. There's also kind of some people that have edited their own and kind of uploaded their own. The other title is Start With Why, but it's by a guy named Simon Sinek. SIMON SINEK. Simon Sinek, How Great Leaders Inspire. That's the one that was on TED Talks, 20 million views. You've got to watch that video, because the first time I watched that video, my eyes were opened to, well, I was given some answers to a question I had had for many, many, many years. And it's why some people succeed in network marketing and why some don't. If you don't wrap your mind around this concept of starting with why, in my opinion, you're never going to see the full potential of your business until you understand this and then implement it in your business. Okay. So, um, there's three phases to this explanation of starting with why. And it's why, how, and what. So we get asked a lot of time, what do you do? In fact, I got asked today, what do you do? And the response to what do you do should start with why. And I believe in this video, and I haven't seen the video in a long time, but I believe my memory serves me. I should have watched it before I say this, but um, Simon talks about BMW and their why, their mission is creating the ultimate driving machine. Okay. Yes, I've owned a BMW. I don't think they're the ultimate driving machine, but they're a good car. Anyway, then from there, they may explain, well, how are you the ultimate driving machine? And you may explain how incredible the motor is and how incredible the suspension is and how incredible the people are at BMW and the teams. And then the final piece is what? And that is, we make a car. Most people, when they are asked, what do? They start from the outside. They start saying what they do first and then maybe how they do it. And many times they never get to why. So if someone says, what do you do? And you tell them, they may say, well, how do you do that? You may say, I sell boats. Well, how do you sell it? Well, I sell it online. So anyway, most people in network marketing, especially amateurs that are trying to crack the code. And that's what I think I've said over and over and over the last 26 weeks is this podcast is about helping you crack the code of going from part-time network marketing to full-time, the part from going from just you doing most all the work to you having a team of people. This podcast is dedicated to people who want to build sales organizations. This is not a podcast to help you sell more products. Okay, that's easy. The hard part is teaching people how to do the business and getting people to join you in the business. Okay, so just to be clear, why you're here and what my objectives are. Right. So for me, let me take you guys through these three steps for me personally. Okay. And this has become very, very clear to me this year. So if someone asks me, what is my mission? Like, what drives me? Or why do I do what I do? And it's a very simple response: to move families forward. I was in a conversation earlier in 2024 with a leader of mine in Australia. We were kicking back and forth just ideas and what was going to help them start recruiting and build a sales organization. And I said in the conversation, ultimately, what we do is we move families forward. And the moment the words came out of my mouth, I knew that was something big. I knew that was simple yet big. And so my mission in everything I do, when I meet with my leaders, when I'm talking to someone, when I'm sitting across the table with someone for the very first time, my intention is to move their family forward. And my intention for you being on this podcast right now is to help move your family forward. And it's a beautiful thing because when people join network marketing, as I've already said, my mission, my vision is in alignment with why they said yes. They said yes to network marketing because they want to have more free time. They want to do things for their kids. They want to do things for their parents. They want to do things for a spouse. Their why is wrapped around their family. It's what it almost always comes down to. is doing more things with their family, being more available to have more resources. And those resources are time and money, having more of those resources to do things that they love to do with the people they love to do it with. My friends, that is moving families forward. That's what I do. That's why I do everything I do from a business perspective. Okay. So, my why is moving families forward. Now, how do I do that? If someone says, well, that sounds great, but how, how are you going to do that? Well, it's really three things. I help create more money for people. I increase their income. That's one of the ways how I'm going to move your family forward. Secondly, I improve your energy and physical health. I do that because one of my income streams is from a network marketing company. And if you use those products, I know for a fact we're going to improve your health. It's been documented at over 24 universities. Like, I know for a fact I can improve every human's health that comes across my path. Okay. And if I can do that, then I can help move their family forward in a small degree. And the final thing I do is I get them more time. More time is how I'm going to help families move forward. I'm going to give them more time, I'm going to give them more money, and I'm going to give them more energy, better health. Those are the things of how I'm going to move families forward. Now they may say, well, what is it? Like, what? The what, right? And the what is, I'm going to help you own your own business. So, yes, I can bring you into a network marketing business. Yes. I'm also going to help you with investments. I'm going to help you understand how to make your money make money. In fact, I'm going to teach you how, in a short period of time, a couple years, your money can make more money than your time. Like, we're limited by time. So you need leverage, right? It's my goal that you're making more money with your investments than you are your network marketing opportunity. Okay. The third thing I'm going to do of what do I do? And that is better health. I give people better health. So that's the what, how, and why, right? So what I want you to do is I want you to start thinking about when someone asks you, what do you do? If your conversation immediately goes to, well, I do network marketing, or maybe it's the sale, the service of the product you sell. Like, what do I do? What do you do? And you say, well, I'm a consultant for a wellness company. Or you say, oh, I represent this company. I'm a brand ambassador for this company. That's inside out. You're starting on what you do, not why you do it. Okay. And it's okay to maybe start by saying, like, for instance, I'm a consultant for a wellness company, but you got to real quickly paint the vision, the mission that you're on, if you want to get people to join your team. Otherwise, people are just going to feel like you're trying to sell them your service or your products. And that's okay if that's what your intention is. But if you really want to build a team, your goal is not to sell them the product or the service. Your goal is to get them as a business partner to grow your organization. All right. So, in order to make this step, to move from just product sales to building sales organizations, you've got to change your conversation. You got to change from starting from what to starting with why. And it's why you've got to go watch this video by Simon Sinek. You've got to start with why. Okay. Secondly, we've already kind of discussed this a little bit, but it's really important that you sit down and understand your why. So, whatever your why was when you sat down with network marketing, my question to you would be, is that how you invite? Because your invite should be your why. But I know for a lot of you guys watching this right now, that is not your invite. You're inviting to your product, you're inviting to what the product does. You're not even inviting to the benefit. A lot of you are just inviting to the product or what the product does, not the results. Which, if you're going to invite to a product, you should be inviting to the results. That's like much better than inviting to the product. But Nevertheless, that's a whole nother conversation. You got to write this why down and understand it so clearly that it becomes your invite. So, I mean, just off the top of my head, and a lot of times I get off into the weeds when I do this, but um, your why may be that you want to spend more time with your family. And that's broad. Okay, that's actually a really good why. Okay, it's a broad why, but it's good. That should become the invite. You could go to your friends and say, "Hey, I'm calling you because I've been looking for a way to spend more time with my family. Is that something you want to do? Are you interested in getting more time with your family?" And I think unless someone's already there and they're happy in a good place, the answer will be yes. Yes, I would like that. Then the next response should be XYZ. Like, here's I think I found something that will work for you and I. I'm going down this path. I'm excited about it. I thought about you because I know in the past we've talked about this being busy and how we're looking for ways to get to time, to get to some more vacations, to get to do more things with the family. Instead, the amateur is trying to sell a product. The pros are not even selling the why. They're telling people what they're going to do and why they're doing it. So I hope this is starting to kind of make sense. And this podcast is going to be a little short because I want you guys to go watch the video. I'm giving you enough background that I hope if you've not seen the video, you will go watch it on YouTube. And if you've already seen it, just go watch it again and take notes. Because over the next week or two with this podcast, I want to help set you guys up for 2025. We've only got a couple more weeks. In fact, I think when this one airs, there's only one more podcast after this one till the end of 2024. So by going into 2025, I would like for you, those of you that are trying to make this leap to building teams, I would like over the next 2 weeks for you to clearly identify your mission and your why. And let's start working that into your invite. Because if you're struggling to recruit, if you get 10 new enrollments and 9 or 10 of them are customers and you're only getting one business partner or none, I'm going to tell you that you're probably inviting still to the product. Maybe a little to the business or the opportunity, but mainly to the product. What I want you guys doing is inviting to your why. I want you I don't want you inviting it to the business. I don't want you inviting to the product. The pros, the people who will get freedom from this profession, the pros will invite to their why. Because that's what I do now. And it feels so good to know very clearly where everything falls for me, moving families forward. And I've struggled with this, guys, because like I didn't want to exclude people that maybe don't have an immediate family. But I know this. Here's what I know. No human on this earth, in my opinion, wants to go through life alone, completely by themselves, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year by themselves. Most the and I don't want to be with that person. If that's what they want, I want to be around people who want to be around other people. Like I'm a people person. And so I want to be around people and surround myself with people who want to be with others and be on this mission together of moving not only their family forward, but moving other families forward. Because clearly, we're not moving your family or my family forward unless we are moving other families forward. That's how this works. And so go watch this video, guys. The video is How Great Leaders Inspire. It's 20 million views. I'm giving you a way to identify because there's a number of these on YouTube. I want you to get on the right one. How Great Leaders Inspire by Simon Sinek, SIMON SINEK. Make sure you're on the YouTube channel, TED Talks, and it says 20 million views. Go watch that video, and then we're going to talk about it again next week with a little bit more detail in hopes that we can set you guys up for 2025 to move your family forward. So you guys have a great week. We will see you soon.